And so it all comes down to this. The final two games of the season, the FA Cup final and the final game in the Premier League season. Two trophies waiting to be won or lost. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 38, season 5 in the Ferguson save set in the future. And it has all come down to the final game of the season yet again this season, and we will be playing that final game of the season away at Wolves, and then we will follow that with the FA Cup final at Wembley against Stoke. And if we win the Premier League this season, in terms of the save, that means that we will get the 100 points available, plus we will get a bonus of 50 points for achieving the target 2 seasons before it is due. And that will take us to a total points haul of 275 after season 5, and that is very close to the maximum available points total after season 5, which is 300. And as you can see, we are sitting on top of the league. We are 2 points clear of Chelsea, and we are 3 points clear of Manchester City in third. Our goal difference is far superior to both Manchester City and Chelsea, so even if we lose and Manchester City win, Manchester City will have a heck of a job trying to recover a goal difference of 13. And so it has come down to either Norwich or Chelsea. And 2 points is obviously not enough. We need to get a draw or a win. If we get a draw, it's going to be pretty much impossible for Chelsea to overcome our goal difference, and if we win, then the title is ours. If we lose this game, then it is down to what Chelsea do in their game away at Liverpool. And so both teams, Chelsea and Norwich, have difficult away fixtures. This is going to be a very, very interesting last episode. We will then have to play Stoke from the Championship in the FA Cup final, and I don't believe for 1 minute that that is a given either. But before we go into everything, as usual, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. And so let's have a quick look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were with us last, you saw us have that 2-0 victory in the FA Cup semi-final over Wolves, and then that 4-0 away victory in the Premier League against Bournemouth. 3 very difficult fixtures were then to follow: Newcastle, Tottenham and Liverpool, and we got off to a really bad start in those games. We lost at home by 1-0 against Newcastle before we had an away 0-0 draw against Tottenham, and then finally in the last game of those 3 we beat Liverpool at home by 3-2, and so that has set us up for this final day in the Premier League. The board have set the initial budgets as well, and we have been granted only 29 million as a transfer budget. We do have 2,952,000. We have 250,000 available in the wage budget, but it's a poor transfer budget. We've identified that we need to buy a midfielder, and then it will have to be a like for like when players are sold. We simply don't have the budget to do it any other way. We do have a clean bill of health at the moment, which is good news, but we do have a number of players who are returning to fitness, including Fortes. It's unlikely that he is going to start in the final game against Wolves. And so I think what we should do right now is forget all the kerfuffle. Let's go and play against Wolves in the final game of the Premier League. We have to keep an eye on Liverpool versus Chelsea, but if we draw or win, we will win the title. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today in this very important final fixture of the season is Götze in goal, with Kamara, Reguilón, Muntian and Plantier at the back. Belmonte, Fortes and Matic in midfield, with Puk, Kitambala and J. Neal up front. And I have decided that we are going to play in a low block. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I feel if I don't do that, then the game will just play out the way that it wants to. And I need to do something very, very different to what we've been doing, because otherwise I'm just going to play into the hands of the game. I need to change the script. The game has a script. Chelsea are going to beat Liverpool. That is one thing that we can absolutely predict. And my guess is that Wolves were going to beat Norwich, as we struggled against them in the last game. I don't know why, with a team who have nothing to play for, will become the best in the world. But Pook has a chance and it's saved. And as I was saying, I don't know why Wolves, who don't have anything to play for, they're a mid-table team, they're not playing very well, why they will suddenly become the best team in the league, I don't know. But we are, at the moment, the plan is working. So by going into a low block, what I'm intending to doing is to stop them scoring. And if I can stop Wolves scoring, then we have every chance. And so we're not going to be pressing them, we're just going to hold our shape, and we're going to defend well, hopefully. But here come Wolves. Wolves are bursting into the area. They are going to score. It has been saved. And for a minute I thought, it doesn't matter what I do, it's going to count against me. But maybe the game's telling me that the low block was important there, because we managed to defend that. And there you go. Chelsea are ahead against Liverpool. I didn't think for a minute that Liverpool were actually going to win that. And this is so obvious, this game, and it really is annoying. And Wolves have hit the bar, and you can see Wolves have suddenly become the best team in the league. They are mid-table in 12th, they have nothing to play for, and we cannot deal with them. This is like the strangest, most bizarre thing ever. But I called it, and now Liverpool are 2-0 down against Chelsea, so we have to hold on to this point, whatever happens, and just hope that the low block was the right thing to do. I fancy we'd be 2-0 down if I wasn't playing the low block. But here's Kitambala. Can we get it into the box? Matic has a chance and it's saved, and it goes out for a corner. The good news is we're getting shots on target, and so maybe one of these might sneak in. Have I made the correct call here to go with the low block? Wolves are certainly one of the best teams in the world, and we need to be very, very careful about how we defend against them, because here they come again, and their pass will, when it finally goes forward, will land on a sixpence, and their forward will be in. What happens to these teams when I come up against them? They become absolute world beaters, and they are taking us apart at the moment. Although, good news is Wolves are not getting shots on target, and we do have a free kick. Can we finally score a free kick? Fortes is over the ball. I don't think we're going to get a go from a free kick, and we've hit the post and it goes out for a goal kick. It's going to be one of these episodes. And, well, I don't know. We're not even winning the possession battle adequately. We've got 60%. Yes, we are winning the possession, but we're not creating chances with it. And at half-time, it's 0-0. We have to win this. This isn't good enough. Absolutely unacceptable. So let's tell them that. Let's wind them up a little bit. Let's get them fired up and see if we can't go out and win this football match. We're dominating possession. Wolves haven't had the ball, so I don't know why they are producing more chances than us. Liverpool are now 4-0 down, which is the game reminding me that it still has a plan. But the low block is working, and that's good news. I'm going to go and make some changes now. And so we have made our changes, and the score remains 0-0. And it is really now just, can we hold on? Can we hold on? Can we even score? If we can score now, I'll probably say it's probably game over, because the best Wolves could hope for is a draw. But here's Flores. Flores to Belmonte. Belmonte lines one up, but that was never going to go in. I really do need to stop him shooting. We'll just tell him to shoot. Well, he's already on shoot less often. He really should not be shooting from there, and with more discipline on, switched on. I'm not quite sure why the boys are doing this. and sometimes they don't listen to what the instructions are. We have won the ball in midfield. Zaprapoulos, who is world class rather than Wolves players, he's trying to bring the ball forward. Zaprapoulos, can he get it into the box? He's looking to come inside. He finds Flores on the edge of the box, and Flores has scored. And finally, we have made the breakthrough. And the game didn't realise that I was one up on it and that I was going to go with the low block. And finally, we have won this fixture. And I don't know why we have to work so hard to do this, because Wolves are not a very good football team. We are streets ahead of them, and the game had its own plan. And I think maybe I need to go and make some more changes. And once that game has a plan, Wolves have got absolutely nothing to play for. They are going to finish in mid-table, whatever, and yet they have suddenly become one of the best teams in the world. And we are, though, matching them now. We have worked out how to win against them. In situations like this, you do need to do something different. I did consider the 4-2-4 attacking formation for a while, but then I decided, no, it's probably going to be better just to defend, stop Wolves from scoring. We've done that, and we're going to walk away with the title here today. And here is Zaprapoulos. Zaprapoulos looks for Kamara, and Kamara inside to Belmonte. Belmonte's been robbed, showing his age there, and Wolves are coming forward. Are they going to get the equaliser? They are going to score here, and it is Wolves 1, Norwich 1. There's just a few minutes left now, and if Wolves actually steal this now, I will hate the game forever. And I do think that this game needs a lot of improvement. There's very little work done on it since during the before the introduction of this particular version. FM23 worked really well. I really loved FM23. This has gone about 5 steps backwards, and I'm not quite sure why that has happened, but it hasn't done the dirty on me. We have won the title. We're going to lift the trophy. This is the one we wanted. It was worth 150 points. And now, in terms of the save, we have 275 points out of a possible 300. And so we're pretty much on course to achieve the goal of beating the Alex Ferguson save. And we do need, though, there's still points up for grab. We do need to retain the title next year, or we will risk losing 100 points. And there is no margin of error in that one either. You either retain the title or you don't. You can't retain the title a season later. But let's celebrate for now. Let's just be happy that Norwich have won the title. We have to go and play Stoke now in the FA Cup final. I don't feel very optimistic about that one. Shall I play the low block in that one as well to try to stop them scoring? I don't know. It's an awesome achievement to win the title with this squad. They're simply not good enough to win the title, but we've done it on goal difference. And regardless of the Liverpool-Chelsea result, I knew that Chelsea were going to win that. You could predict that quite easily. What was important was, could we win our game? We couldn't against the best team in the world, Wolves, as they have become since April began. But we did manage a draw against the best team in the world, and now we have to go and play the second best team in the world, Stoke, in the FA Cup final. And I don't remain optimistic about that. We've won the title. The game is not going to let us win the FA Cup as well. We'll be right back once we've got the team ready. And so the team for today is going to be Prescott in goal, with Muntean, Reguin, Bonilla and Plantier at the back, Flores, Fortes and Matic in midfield. Kitambala, Pook and Wilden will play up front. I actually think I will make a late change, and I will bring in Zaprapoulos for Matic, I think that's probably going to be a better way of doing this. I'm going to go with the low block again against Stoke, because I just feel this game is either going to restore my faith in FM, or it is going to just prove my point about this game. And Stoke will now become the second best team in the world. And we're all anxious here now again. And I need a strong defence today. The game has done two very strange things since we went away. Kamara got an absolute right strop on when I refused to give him a new contract for 250,000, almost 3 times what he's earning now. And then on top of that, we had a team meeting, and the team, I told them they should be winning this cup final against Stoke, and we are a goal up. Bonilla has scored, and I told them that we should be winning this, and they flew off the handle. They were very aggressive towards me, and it was a bright red screen that I was facing. And so the game is doing very, very strange things. I don't believe for a minute it's going to let me win this cup final, but by playing with a low block, I think I might have cheated Stoke out of the cup final here, and we might go on and win it. We are a goal up now, and so far so good. I don't want to change from the low blocks. It's up to Stoke to score against us. And Stoke they started the game with a couple of tired players, which was unusual. But we are actually dominating possession. We've had 70%, 80% of possession. We've had all the chances. Stoke have created a couple, given the fact that they've never had the ball, and they are actually playing quite well as we speak at the moment. But at the moment, we're still a goal up, and providing we don't do anything silly at the back, and we are playing well at the back. I've had to leave Kamara out today. We're halfway there, but go and make sure the job is done. And you've defended well. Keep going. You've got the ability, and again to the forwards, keep going. You've got the ability. We should be winning this. And as I said, this game will either restore my faith in FM, or it will just confirm that I don't think it is a very good game at the moment. It's not well organised, and we do have a free kick that goes over the crossbar, and it's still 1-0 to Norwich, and something tells me that they've got to do a lot more work on this game before FM24 is released. And I think it might be due to with a graphics engine. And we've given the ball away, have we? Yes, we have. And Reguan is on a yellow card. It's Bonilla. No, it's Reguan on a yellow card. He needs to be very careful. And I need to tell him to ease off the tackles now. And not quite sure what Prescott was doing. He does want more playing time to get an international rating. But what are we doing? We're just giving the ball away to Stoke now. And are Stoke going to equalise? It looks like they are. And it's just gone wide of the post. What is this game doing? Why have we suddenly just stopped passing the ball? This is not doing anything to make me feel that my opinion of what's going on is anything other than this is poor at the moment. And they have to fix it. They have to fix it. We just suddenly started passing the ball straight to Stoke when we've had completely dominated possession. It's time to make some changes, I think. We'll wait until this highlight is finished. I should be really excited about these games, but I think if you play this game long enough... Again, see, we've given the ball away to Stoke. Why are we doing this all of a sudden? Let's shout at them and tell them to focus. Because maybe they're not concentrating, but Stoke are even worse than we are at the back. They are not the second best team in the world, clearly, and we're going to go on and win this title now. We're going to win a treble this year. Wilden, it's very fitting that he scores a goal at the end of the season. What a great player he's been. Hosoya is wanted though, Fortes is wanted though. There's no sign of them saying after winning the league that they are going to stay. It's going to all change here at Norwich. I don't have the money to go out and look for players at the moment. I need to bring in a DM or a midfielder to try and strengthen there. And then it's going to be whoever leaves, we'll just replace them with whatever money that we get for them. And I think that we'll end up with a team that's not very good. And once again, we've given the ball away to them. And we should not be having 76% of the possession. We're just crazy with the ball. We're not keeping the ball at all. But we have another chance, and Fortes comes into the box. He's given the ball away to them as well. And Stoke coming forward. This game is so bad at the moment. It really is. And Reguan finds Bonilla. And it is time to make some changes now. Wilden has a snapshot from 30 yards. Wilden has made it 3-0. And that is it. Is he going to be given offside? I wonder. It would be such a shame because it was such a good goal. The goal is awarded. Wilden from 30 yards has finished this game off now. We'll go and make some changes afterwards. Maybe my faith is restored because I really felt that FM was going to give this to Stoke, especially after we had won the league. And I'm not sure we want to see this 3 times, do we? Let's go make some changes. And so we have made our changes, and it really is now just a case of seeing this game out. Maybe that was what I needed to do to win these competitions, was to trick the AI and just go into this low block. We've played the low block again today against Stoke when we really should have been attacking Stoke. But it seems to have confused the AI. And we have another chance, and it's gone into the side netting from Reguan. And that is it, really. I think that it's over. We're going to win the FA Cup. Sometimes I'm not feeling very excited about this. This season has been riddled with very strange things, and it's not showing any sign that it's going to change. I wonder if it's because we are so far in the future. There is a problem in terms of transfers. Other teams seem to be bringing in the most amazing players, but I can't seem to find any. And Wilden is through again. We do have Wilden, though, but he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And then once all these players that I have start leaving, then it's just downhill from there on in. We just simply cannot find any players for the money that we have available. And even if we sell players for 70 million, we're only going to get 30 million of that. And the players are just not there for that kind of money. So we may have to bring young players in and see if we can start with 18-year-olds and see what happens. I don't know. But we can't even find 18-year-olds. But let's focus on today and let's enjoy the FA Cup. We've beaten Stoke, as quite rightly we should have. I don't feel that I should have felt pressured into going into a low block, though, to beat the AI. But that's what I did, and it's proved to be the right decision. I do feel if we'd played the way we normally play, we would not have won this final. But you have to change in order to win these games. You have to change something. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It is full time, and we have won the FA Cup final. So we have this season, we have won the Carabao Cup final, we have won the FA Cup final, and we have won the Premier League. An awesome season, really, but I think that the way the game is playing out is taking something away from the success for me. I don't know what you feel, guys. Do you feel that I'm wrong to feel this way? But something doesn't feel right, and it feels like the game is going to make this even more difficult now over the summer, and I'm not allowed basically to have success. That's how I feel about FM23. No matter what you do, you're not allowed success. But we've beaten the game this year. We've had a very good season. Bring it on, FM23. What are you going to do about it? And that's it for this season. The guys are all fairly happy. Some of them are complacent. But Stoke, we should have been beating Stoke anyway. I shouldn't even have been worried about that. And yet I was. So a very, very successful season. I'm really not looking forward to the transfer window. It's going to be very, very difficult. Kamara is the latest now to want to leave, and everybody, it seems, wants to leave. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. That's it for this episode. I'm sorry I've been on a downer when we should have been quite high, but I don't feel things are playing out fairly, and when that happens I can't celebrate. I find it very difficult to celebrate. If you are brand new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. If you like people suffering playing this game, then you're definitely in the right place, because I'm suffering big time in this save. And despite the success, it's not working out the way I want it to. And anyway, that's it. All that remains to be said now. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next episode.